Alright, so Avalanche looks like it's losing a fair bit of momentum to me, in my opinion. Now, we've had a throwback basically all the way back to this support that we made when we were in this bull flag pattern, and we've had a pretty perfect backtest of it, so I really don't want to panic too much right now. I also do see a strong level of support at the 618 Fibonacci down here at $80, but I did just want to talk about a few signals that are kind of showing us that we may be losing momentum and start to initiate at least a short-term bear trend for Avalanche. Now, before I really jump into that, I really do want to highlight that Avalanche looks, really amazing in the long term, in my opinion. You can see that we've got this support trend line all the way back here that we initiated in August 2021, and we've really done nothing but go to the upside, backtest it a few times, and continue to head up since I have started to make content on Avalanche. You can see we've also got this trend line that, even started pushing up above this one, and we are still above this. So I really do see a lot of support coming in for Avalanche. This isn't like a long-term bearish video. I did just want to highlight in the short term that we might be having a quick fake out to the downside, perhaps even a throwback to this trend line that we've been initiating, like I said, since August of 2021, and that would put Avalanche down, round about the $72, but let's call it $70, as I believe 70 would also be a massive psychological level. Now, if we did move down to there, you can see that we have a series of higher lows, which is obviously very bullish. We've been putting in higher lows since all the way down here, really. So like I said, this is like a very short term bearish prediction that I'm about to do on Avalanche, but I did just want to highlight the long term is very nice, and I do believe that Avalanche is a pretty good long term project, but nonetheless, if we look at what's happening in the 4-hourly candles, you can see the squeeze more momentum indicator has started to push to the downside. So this is basically kind of saying that in the short term we could definitely be having a little flush out, but to shake out the weak hands, and I believe this is the same on Bitcoin as well. You can see the momentum is going to the downside on Bitcoin, and we're currently stuck at the bottom of these EMA ribbons. So I'm not 100% certain that these EMA ribbons will hold for Bitcoin, and I do believe that Bitcoin could potentially be setting up for a very quick flush out of the weak hands, which would cause Avalanche to potentially come back to the $72. But I did also just want to highlight, I'm not going to be shorting this, or I'm not going to be looking to sell any Avalanche, because we have strong support on this bull flag around about $81, where we've already backtested today. If we lose that, we've got strong support on the 618 Fibonacci at $80. If we lose that, we've got strong support on the 786 Fibonacci at 73, and then we have this convergence of these two support trend lines around about the $72 and the psychological level at 70. So I really do not think the risk-adjusted returns are in your favor if you're planning on shorting Avalanche, because in theory we could turn around today, we could start smashing through these EMAs, we could come down to the 618 and turn around, we could come down to this trend line and turn around, we could turn around at the 786, the 72 and the 70. So I really see a lot of support for Avalanche right now. Nonetheless, if we come over to the 4-hourly, or specifically if we look at this on the daily quickly, you can see we've just lost the 200-day moving average, and we've lost the long-term moving average on the EMA indicators. So these EMA indicators are going to start to trend down if we don't have a quick reversal. And also the squeeze one momentum indicator is heading to the downside. We've got dark green candles, meaning we're losing momentum, and we could be about to initiate a very short-term bearish trend if we don't flip to the upside. Now, on the 4-hourly EMAs, we have fired a short signal because the short-term moving average has moved below the long-term moving average. If you don't know how EMAs work, basically when the short-term moving average moves below the long-term moving average, we initiate a red or a sell signal, and it's the inverse of that when we initiate a long trend. When the short-term moving average moves above the long-term moving average, we flip green and we start to pick up momentum. You can see the EMA ribbons paired with the squeeze more momentum indicator they go very hand in hand. I mean, these are obviously momentum indicators that I'm looking at today, and momentum, in my opinion, is starting to pick up a little bit to the downside. So this is really just a caution video that you know, I do believe weak hands are about to be shaken out of Avalanche, and you know, I am saying this with somewhat caution because, like I said, we have extremely strong support on this support line that we've been building on. We've got extremely strong support at the 618 Fibonacci, we've got strong support at the 786, and these levels down here. So I'm really not shorting. I do believe if you're going to be shorting, there's going to be a lot of resistances that could potentially wreck you. So I'm really not looking to trade Avalanche right now. I'm more also looking and waiting on the sidelines for Avalanche to find a strong area of support before we do have a turnaround, and then I would be looking to accumulate. So that is really all I see for Avalanche. Once again, we have extremely strong support at the $80, so I do find it very hard pressed that we would, you know, break below $80, but nonetheless, if Bitcoin has a quick flush below 43,000 and potentially breaks below 42.5, it could head down to as low as 40,000, which could very much, you know, move momentum to the downside. And, you know, for Avalanche specifically, this could entail that it could come down to approximately $70. But like I said, I'm really not trading that as a short, because if we look at what's going on right now, we have an extreme uptrend for Avalanche. I think Avalanche is extremely healthy and bullish, and you know, we could just be having, you know, a retest of potentially this huge asymmetrical triangle. Actually, it's not asymmetric, but this huge triangle pattern. This, I mean, this is a very long trade. I mean, this has been going on since the 18th of August 2021. So this is really a pattern we've been in for, you know, 232 days now. I really don't see, you know, too much of a problem of us having a throwback to the $70 before having a strong impulse. But like I said, I'm not looking to short this. I think Avalanche still looks very healthy, and like I said, we've got extreme areas of support all around here that Avalanche has been building for the past couple of weeks, the past couple of months. So yeah, it's really just a quick update to let you know that we might be having a flush out of the weak hands, but nonetheless, Avalanche, in my opinion, does look very healthy. At least to me, especially in the long term, it looks amazing. But like I said, the short term, we are firing a short signal on the 4-hourly EMAs. So we really could have a quick flush out. And I mean, we're seeing a little bit of selling volume coming in as we are coming down to this 81. So keep your eyes on 80. I do believe that if we break below 80, we'd probably be coming down to about $70 or $72. And that is personally where I look to play my next position of strength. That's where I look to enter my next trade on Avalanche. So keep your eyes on those levels. Once again, none of this is financial advice. It's just my opinion on the market. And you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.